Welcome back. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you are watching Open. Our next guest is an award-winning singer, songwriter. She's one of UK's leading African music artists. She joins us today to speak about her upbringing, her upcoming music, and all of that stuff, and how it has impacted her music. And she's going to share it with us, and she intends to conquer the global music scene. So please welcome to the show, Lorraine LionHeart. Lorraine, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to meeting you. This is such an honor.
Now, I heard so much about you. I'm going to have you explain a little bit about you, your background, and how you came from there to here. So how did it all start? Tell us about yourself, how you got to where you are now.
My name is Lorraine LionHeart. I am from a very beautiful country in Africa called Botswana.
Woo, yes.
We call it the jewel of Africa because of all the minerals. So it's a very beautiful, sparkling, peaceful country. However, I am based in the United Kingdom, in England, London, England, and I'm a musician.
Yeah. And you do beats, you sing, and the whole night, but you sing not only in one language, you sing in about 14 different languages. Is that right?
Yes, actually it's going to 17 now. I have a very weird fascination with languages.
Yeah.
Particularly African languages. I'm always fascinated to learn more or to sing in languages, different languages. I speak African languages and English. Singing, I just like to explore with all kinds of languages.
I mean, because you are in concert or you're traveling throughout the continent, right?
Yes, I travel to Africa, but also around Europe as well. Hopefully to America soon as well to perform. So
if you wanted to tell somebody how much you love them, how can you say that? Give me about 3 examples, 3 different or 4 different languages.
Oh, wow. You could say, okay, say maybe in Kalahari, which is my mother tongue. You can say, can you say that? Yeah, that's actually not that bad. And in Setswana, you could say Gaharata.
Gaharata.
Gahorata. Okay, you know that.
Gahorata.
Yes.
How about use that on the radio though? Gahorata.
Yeah, actually, I've learned to say I love you in so many different languages.
Yeah.
Even the ones that I don't speak fluently. So I always are fascinated with their languages.
What was it like growing up in Botswana, and how has it impacted your music and your life?
Growing up in Botswana, for me, it was a huge privilege, especially the fact that I didn't actually grow up in the big cities in Botswana. So I grew in the more traditional way of life, the more remote part of Botswana. I was born and raised in the Kalahari Desert of Botswana. Oh. And I had the first-hand opportunity to learn more about our culture and our history. And that used to impact me now because now I live in London, in the London, UK. So I've heard the best of both worlds. And it kind of gives me a wider perspective when it comes to musical expression. Yeah.
And Lorraine, you have performed for so many people. Any notable people that we should know about?
I think everybody that I've performed 2 or 4 was important and is important, very notable. But yes, I've done a few what people would call high profile events. One that I think you may be familiar with for the royal family, for Prince Harry and Meghan, which was a highlight in my career. So yeah, done a lot of work with the Commonwealth, which I'm going to continue doing this year as well.
Beautiful. What genre of music do you prefer, or what style of music are you most comfortable with?
Wow, I think the word comfort alone scares me when it comes to music. Yeah. I don't like the idea of being boxed in a certain genre because I'm into embracing all cultures, breaking those geographical boundaries when it comes to music. So I try not to like box myself to say this is the genre of music that I do, because I prefer more the fusion of mixing different genres of music and different influences, even different eras of music.
Wow.
But the one thing that is constantly very important to me when it comes to genre is just having that African flavor and African element in my music. So it doesn't really matter if I end up singing rock and roll or whatever, as long as our African influence, a strong African presence in the music, that's what's important to me. But I do experiment with like a lot of African genres.
Yeah. You do your own instrumentation, your own beats or melodies?
No, I work with a lot of people who do beats and instruments. I do mostly the writing, the lyrics, and composing vocal melodies.
Yeah.
I do production as well because I'm also trained in music technology.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
But I am well because I have a database of so many talented musicians and producers that I work with. I don't do everything myself, but I do most of the stuff myself.
Now, when you perform, do you sing and dance?
Oh yeah. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't tend to like stick to a particular instrument and everything, because when I'm performing, I just love the freedom of being all over the place.
That's right. You don't want a saxophone or anything in your way, right? You just want to.
No, I don't want a huge guitar just like being the barrier between me and the audience. I just want to be right there, just singing and dancing. So I just love the energy while performing.
So I hear that you're working with the Bullion Foundation, Ray and Sandra DeCosta. How did that happen?
When I started as an artist, I didn't really want to go into a record label, for example, belong to a record label. I wanted to sort of take my time to develop myself as an artist so that I can know what kind of artist I want to be. But I was always looking for a management company, a talent management company that could at least handle the business side and the administration side to let me do the creative stuff and focus on the music. And I was just so fortunate to come across Bullion and Ray and Sandra. Actually, I'd like to tell you a very quick, funny story about Sandra.
Okay.
So when I was working as an independent artist, sometimes I used to have to invent a manager, like taking to several promoters around the world. It's really personal when they know that they're talking to the artist directly. So I used to have like an imaginary manager, and I'd communicate with people as the manager. And the name that I had given to this manager was Sandra, and that was like years before I met Sandra.
Wow.
So when they came to me, I just kind of felt like this was fated.
I
invited Sandra into my life, but of course I have a very good relationship with Ray. He's my immediate manager, so he handled everything, LeeLorraine LionHeart, and they've just been brilliant because they feel like family to me, and that's the kind of setup I wanted to be in rather than in a big corporation.
Yeah, well, you're in good hands. Let me ask you, growing up into music, was there any particular artist or group of artists that you liked or wanted to be like or wanted to sound like?
Oh yes.
I know how diverse you are, but there got to be a couple of artists that hey, I like that.
I know, not so much just the sound, but some of the artists that I looked up to were just everything about them as human beings. And my head, Nina Simone. And of course, I'm a huge fanatic for everything Maya Angelou, even though it wasn't just an artist, but I'm all into her poetry and everything about her life. And as an African artist, I have a big love for Fela Kuti. I'm sure you're aware of Fela Kuti. He was an artist who passed away about 22 years ago. And he was just phenomenal. So Fela, my hero. But there's so many, and I listen to music.
Yeah, and you went way back. You got some of these artists from like way back.
Yes, yes.
So, but I know you spoke about you want to mix the old with the new and all the other things, and put it all together in the mix. So
Yeah,
you want the bamba?
of course. I'm always sort of looking at. I actually listen to heavy metal. I listen
Yeah.
to Motorhead, Metallica. I listen to a lot of country music as well. But
Yeah.
even those genres, I always listen to the old stuff. I kind of find it a lot more rooted, a lot more grounded, and there's just so much to learn from it.
So when are you coming to New York?
Hopefully soon. Ray.
You setting it up? Ray's setting it up?
Hopefully so, yes. And when I do come to New York, I'd like to come and sing for you, Dr. Lee.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that. We got to set something up, set up a venue where we can,
yeah,
have you do the whole show.
For Botswana performance.
Oh, that's beautiful. Would love to see that. Is there a website that we can go to see more of all the wonderful things that you're doing? Because you're doing a lot.
Yes, I do a lot. But my official website is LeeLorraineLionHeart.com. And I'm in all kinds of social platforms thanks to the internet.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm basically everywhere online, but the official website is LeeLorraineLionHeart.com.
LeeLorraineLionHeart.com. Singer, songwriter, karate expert. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to see you. I'm sure we're going to see a whole lot more of you, and can't wait till you come to New York.
Thank you. It's been an honor talking to you. I can't wait to meet you and perform for you. I insist when I come over to New York, I'm going to sing a song for you. So.
Oh, okay. I'll be waiting for it. I have a microphone for you too.
Yeah.
Lorraine, thank you so much. God bless you, and keep doing what you're doing. Okay.
Thank you so much for having me, and hopefully see you soon.
Keep fighting your way to the top.
Oh yes.
All right. Lorraine LionHeart, singer, songwriter. We'll take a break right here, but Bobby C, he's up next with the latest in the world of sports. Check it out.